everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. Thanks for joining me today. If you're new here or you haven't already, please consider subscribing and helping us feed a hungry hippo. Also, if you would hit that thumbs up on this video as you're listening, I would appreciate it. It does help us out a lot. And I'd be remiss if I did not mention our Facebook group. It is called Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. You should join us over there to talk about all things reselling in a positive environment. There's a link to join down below. Today is Monday, November 28th. And because it's a Monday, you guys know what that means. It's time for What Sold on eBay. We're looking at November 21st through November 27th. And just like every week, we're going to start with the plush and then move our way through some bread and butter clothing items, some bolos for you guys to be on the lookout for when you're outsourcing. And I did pull up one of our remotes, I believe, to show you. So sales are improving on our end. I know that a lot of folks are saying Q4 is disappointing and that sales are down. That is true. Our sales are not as good as they were last year, but we're coming from a whole different point of view from everyone else. So we had our store on hold for a month. We weren't really listing in October. We just moved. So for us, our sales are continually increasing and getting better as we get back into our routines and listing more and doing what we should be doing to have an active store. So our point of view is a little bit different from everybody. I can say our sales are getting better every day because of where we're coming from. We sold 6 plush last week, which is almost one a day, which is almost where we should be, considering plush's sell-through rate and how slow they are and how many we have listed. So let's start with those dudes first. This is a Taco Bell Chihuahua. You guys remember these probably from the 90s, I believe. This one didn't work, so I had to price him accordingly. I was asking for like $9 for him, but he was on sale, so he sold for $7.31. I would never source on purpose a plush that's going to sell for less than $12. I actually avoid the Chihuahuas when I see them in the wild. However, this dog came to me in a wholesale lot. And as a general rule, when I purchase any kind of wholesale lots, no matter where I purchase them from, I list everything in there that can be listed, unless it's completely a poop brand and is going to lose us money after shipping and fees, or it's completely destroyed and cannot be sold. I list everything because your good items are going to pay for, a couple of the good items actually will pay for the cost of the lot. And then everything else is just icing on the cake. You've already paid for it. It came to your door. You might as well list it. Getting stuff in bulk like that in those lots saves tons of time and wear and tear on your car and gas money. Comes right to your door. You may as well list everything in there. But don't be looking for these in the wild. He shipped first class. And I believe his cost was 50 cents. Next up, we have Universal Studios Wizarding World of Harry Potter Sirius Black Hound. So Harry Potter nerds, if you're a fellow Potterhead, this is Sirius Black. And he came from Red, White, and Blue back in Florida. And I believe he was about $2. I picked him up because of what he is, because of his tag. I knew what I had, and I was willing to pay that for him. And he sold for $32.49, and he shipped first class. Next up, we have a Disney Store Tigger plush. This one actually came out of a lot. He was about $1, but I have purchased these as one-offs from yard sales before. I've gotten them from the Goodwills. There's different, these are Disney Store. Can you see his foot? Official Disney Store. So the Disney Store has several different versions of these winter or these snowflake Tiggers and Winnie the Poohs and other characters from Winnie the Pooh. Some are their normal colors and just have on these winter outfits. And then they have white animals that come in the winter as well. I always grab them. They always do pretty good. This one sold for $20.31 and shipped first class. The other thing I actually wanted to winter, you guys, mention. Make sure that as you get into each season or towards the holidays that you're double checking your listings and your keywords. You should be listing everything all the time. I never recommend holding back items for the right season or the right holiday because people shop all the time. I just sold an Easter bunny on Poshmark this morning. I shipped it. So list them all the time. But if you're coming up towards a holiday or a certain season, just go through your listings and double check that you have good keywords. I spent a couple of hours on Friday going through some of our more dressier clothes and sweaters and updating them to have like holiday party in the title, because that's the kind of things people are looking for as we move towards New Year's Eve. So that's a tip for you. Here's a tie silk. He was 50 cents. So I did pick him up on purpose. Because he was only 50 cents. I'd probably pass on him again unless he came in a lot. He sold for a best offer of $8.99. Now you're going to notice down here, probably if you're observant, that a lot of our items sold on a 35% off sale. And most of you know that we only usually run 20 to 25%, sometimes 30. We did run a 35% off from Thursday morning through tonight. It's still on right now to maximize our sales during one of the biggest shopping weekends. It's the night, Thanksgiving, and then Black Friday. Saturday was small business owner day, and today is Cyber Monday. So a lot of folks are out there shopping right now. A lot of folks were off of work and sitting around online looking at items and purchasing them. And we're competing with big box stores that are running huge sales all weekend from Black Friday through Cyber Monday. So we decided to go ahead and run a 35% off sale on our eBay just to help increase our sales. And we had a pretty good sale weekend. We also sent out higher percentages off on the other platforms all weekend, 20% on Mercari, up to 30 and 40% on Poshmark. So we had a good sale weekend. I probably should have told you guys this ahead of the weekend as like a nice tip, but just, keep that in mind that when the rest of the world is having big sales for any kind of events or holidays, you can run a little bit higher sales or do a little bit higher of offers off to compete with that. So this is the Kohl's Cares Velveteen Rabbit. He came out of a lot. He was about $1. And actually, I liked him so much that back in Florida, he hung out in my office with me for a couple of months, and then he got packed away to be moved here. He did sell for $12.99 and shipped first class. This is an Annette Funicello teddy bear. I found her at the Goodwill, and I thought she was cute. She was about $1. And I didn't know who Annette Funicello was, but I thought she was unique and cute and worth trying for $1. And she did sell for $17.99 on a best offer. I wanted a little bit more than that for her, but again, we were running sales and just, accepting offers lower than we normally would, because that's what folks are looking for on Black Friday weekend, is those really good discounts. She did ship first class. So those were the plush that sold last week, and now we're going to get into the clothing items. This morning we shipped out 16 items on eBay, and I want to say 12 on Poshmark. It was a big weekend on Poshmark. We had a couple on Grailed and a couple on Mercari, and it was all plush, remotes, and jeans. One t-shirt sold. One t-shirt on Grailed. Everything else was plush, jeans, and remotes. And plush and jeans are my favorite thing to sell, and Keith does all of our remotes. So we're like, hey, look, it's our 3, staples here. But a lot of jeans sold this weekend. My theory is, one, yes, we're in winter and more people are shopping for jeans. But I think because we were sending out these deeply discounted offers on Poshmark and running these great sales, that a lot of folks were willing to spend, $34 or $25 on jeans that would normally be more. because these are the brands that they like that are more expensive, but they'll get them when they're on sale. And that's that whole psychological thing. It's these more expensive jeans, especially on Poshmark, that sold because they were on sale or they were getting offers. So this is a pair of Hudson. Hudson's a really great brand to keep an eye out for. I usually will pay $5 to $7 for them at the most. I like to find them for less, but that's what I'll pay up to. I like Hudson. They have a pretty good sell-through rate too. They don't sit for long before they move. This pair sold for $34.99 and shipped first class. They were only a size 24, so they didn't weigh as much, but they're just nice looking jeans. I mean, these are great looking jeans. Look at that nice flare. All right, next up we have Levi's 524 2 Super Low, new with tags. I like the 2 super lows in Levi's. They come in some of the different numbers. I've seen 711, 311. But whenever I see the 2 super lows, I do grab them. Depending on the number after Levi's is how much they're going to comp for or sell for. These I usually start around 35, and I did get $32.49 for these. And they shipped first class. Next up, American Eagle high-rise jegging jeans. This is one of my favorite bread and butters. I love American Eagle. I won't pay more than 99 cents, to be honest with you, though, unless they come in a thread-up box. Usually my jeans in the thread-up boxes average out to like $1.74, give or take, depending on what I pay on shipping or if I have like a shipping discount coupon or code. These sold on a best offer of $17.99, and they shipped. These ones shipped. I had a brain fart. First class. Okay. So next up, we have this Adolfo Sachs Fifth Avenue satin maxi skirt. Y'all, this skirt's been around forever. I actually believe I got this at our very old Honey Pot. Longtime viewers may remember that our Honey Pot thrift store closed when we were at eBay Open in 2018. So this has been around forever. I was new to reselling when I found it for 99 cents, so it wasn't that big of a gamble, but I saw Saks Fifth Avenue, and I was like, woo, it's fancy. Y'all, this took forever to sell. I took a best offer of $22 on it because I wanted it. It's just been around forever, and I was happy to get the $22 on it to get it to move. Of course, it shipped first class. It's just a very nice, like, satiny, silky skirt. Didn't weigh a lot. True Religion, Billy Relaxed bootcut jeans. So these are men's. I usually start men's True Religion around $45. These just went up last week. These were from a recent haul. I believe I paid $5 for these, full price. And they didn't take that long to sell. I did take a best offer of $30 on them just to, get those sales moving when people are expecting lower prices. They also had some pulled threads on the hem here, so I was a little more willing to go a little bit lower than normal. Now, these did ship in a flat rate envelope. Next up, I have a Koi lab coat. Y'all may remember this from a haul I did with my friend Cheryl. Shout out. Hi, Cheryl. When we used to go thrifting together in Florida. This is a super cool lab coat, doctor's coat. It's by Koi, which is a good brand if you do sell any kind of doctor's coats or scrubs. Look at that tag. Memorize that brand. It's good. I went a little bit lower on this than I really wanted to. Also, I accepted $20, but you know what? They paid over $10 in shipping because it was a heavy coat and had to be shipped in a box. So I was happy to get that to its new forever home as well. And again, it did ship priority that they paid for. So vintage apple bottom jeans. I hear a lot of folks talking smack and saying apple bottom jeans aren't good. Listen, if I can find them for $2 or less, they're good. I wouldn't pay up for them. I wouldn't pay a lot, but they do sell. And these ones are even missing a button. And so I still started these at $30, even with the missing button. I did take 35% off for the holiday. So of course they sold for $24.37 on our sale. But that was even with the missing button, and these were only a couple of weeks old in the store. Apple bottom jeans are cute. I love their back pockets. But if these had have been, in good shape and not missing a button, I might have started them around 35. So keep that in mind. I mean, you may even be willing to pay up to like $3 for apple bottoms. And these did ship first class because they were kind of a smaller size. We've got some Levi's 505 regular fit men's jeans here. I did take a best offer of $20 on these. They had some writing on the tag. Usually 505s, I start around 30. And then I took $20 on this one. And they shipped in an envelope, a flat rate envelope. And remember, my starting prices are what I really hope to get, but I start high, and then I start even higher than that. What do I mean by that? So Levi's 505 men's jeans, you're probably going to get around $25 for them most times. I start them at 30 because I want to see if I can get 30, but I also want to give myself that room to get the 25 or even the 20. I give myself room to run sales and do offers. So I price on the high end. And I take all of that into account, that we do free shipping, we do offers, we do sales. And so I always choose high end on the comps. If these sell between 20 and $30, mine are going up for 30. Then we start our listing price at 25% above that. So these get listed for $37.49. They immediately go on sale for $30. If that makes sense, or doesn't make sense to you, I should say, and you want me to explain that in a little bit more detail or a little bit better, let me know in the comments. But that is how we do our pricing. We pick the high end on the comps. We start at 25% above what we actually want, so we immediately can run a 20% off sale. And then we still have room for offers. And that also takes into account that we do free shipping and everything. So these, I did tell you they shipped in an envelope. Yes. Okay. So now we have men's 517s. So this is another number of Levi's, I guess. Levi's 517s that I typically start at 30 if they're men's jeans. You see bootcut here. I always take off the tag, what they tell me, and put that in the title. So these are Levi's 517 bootcut jeans. And these ones sold for $19.99 on a best offer in addition to the sale. And we got some Adriana Goldschmidt here. Took a best offer of $25. That's way low. Usually these will sell for $30. Well, I start them at $40, and I usually get maybe $30, $35. So these went for $25. But again, this weekend, it was all about churning out as many sales as we could, running the 35% off, and then even taking offers because folks are looking for really good deals Black Friday weekend. That's what it's about. We're still making a profit. We didn't lose any money. We still made a profit. Was it as much as we would have made? No. But did more stuff sell? Yeah. So a lot of the stuff that would have just sat and not sold would still be in our inventory. But this way we were able to churn out just a ton of sales and make some profits. I wouldn't do this every weekend. I would not run 35% off and still entertain sales. And so, these sold for $25, whereas I normally want $35. I start them at $40. Hopefully I can get $40, but if not, that's fine. $30, $35 is okay. So I wouldn't do that every weekend. No. I'd be nuts. But every once in a while, Black Friday weekend especially, and the other big weekends are like Labor Day weekend and Memorial Day weekend when everyone's pushing sales online, we will do this and just churn out as many sales as we can. As long as we're still making a profit, I'm not going to sell anything so low that after cost of goods, fees, and shipping, we're losing money or even just breaking even. That isn't how you want to run your business. But sometimes you take a little bit less profit than you thought you were going to get just to get profits at all. Does that make sense? This penguin ugly Christmas sweater has been around for eons. I swear to God, this is older than the dinosaurs. This sweater's been around forever, ever. And I put ugly Christmas sweater. I've been playing with it every holiday season for years. You know what? Got a best offer of $16.50. And I said, yo, take it. Get it out of here. So off it went, and it shipped first class. So here's the remote I wanted to show you, but apparently there's still a pair of Levi's over here. Here we go. Levi's 710s. So these are the lower end Levi numbers. I've got some that, you start at 50. The 710s, I usually start around 25, and I usually get about 20. I took a best offer of 18.18 on these. They did ship first class because they're kind of small and they're the skinny jeans. They're nice looking jeans and they're called super skinny. And that's what I use in the title. You can see I put it right there. And they shipped first class. I think I already told you that. And here's the one remote. So we sold 10 remotes last week, which is good. Most of those were over the weekend, to be honest. Like I said, this morning was just all remotes and plush and jeans from the weekend. All of our remotes, all 10 of them, or 9 out of the 10 that sold were our bread and butter ones that sell for like 8, maybe 14 or 15 bucks. This was the standout one this week. We did take a best offer on it of $20. It shipped first class, but this is a stereo. And I know I tell you guys this often, but the remotes are good. If you can get remotes, you can get remotes. But the ones that aren't your typical ones that are different, like your refrigerator remotes, your air conditioning, radio, audio, these stereo receivers, those typically go for more money and will sell faster because they're less saturated. And when someone needs a replacement one of these, they go pretty quickly. So keep your eyes out for stereo remotes. Pioneer is a good brand. And this one's pretty beat up and it's still sold for 20 bucks. That's everything this week, guys. Well, that's not everything. That's the highlights. I didn't show you everything that sold and we would have been here all day. Our store is public, though, if you want to dig through it and see what other kinds of bread and butter and lower end remotes we're doing. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down in the comments. Go be productive. Go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.